got something going on that's happening here. Hey, Barney Rubble. What time is it where you're at? Weird stuff going on with YouTube. This was the same thing happened yesterday morning. Virtually no one watching. So I'm not sure what's going on with YouTube. I don't know if I've been banned or what. Maybe so. Maybe it's just weird that in the mornings over the last couple of days I've got virtually no traction. Oh well. At least you're here, Barney, and I appreciate it. You just don't know how much. And look, man, I got it. Bought me a second one in case I drop it. Every time I drop something, it goes underneath the bench. Well, now we got 21 people watching. I hope those 21 people will hit that thumbs up button to get that algorithm working correctly. Hey, Vinny. I know, there's no whiskey involved this morning. I do have coffee. Coffee in the mornings, man. Hey, Vinny, you off today? Get some sharpening done? No, I'm on the wagon right now. I'm trying to lose some weight. I gained weight in Jamaica because we ate too much and drank too much. So I need to get a few pounds off of me. Did my 7 miles this morning, did my workout. Nice. I'm glad things are working out for you, Vinny. You're growing fast. That's a good thing. I'm trying to get that subscriber count up. I'm closing in on that 10,000. It seems like the only time I add subscribers is if I do a live stream. So I'm going to keep doing live streams. Well, my regular customers are no problem, you know. I mean, I kept getting calls from new customers while I was on vacation. I was answering them. I had a couple of people kind of get snippy, but oh well, I don't really care. You know, you can't please everybody. And I think I told you this before. Half the people who contact me and say they're going to bring stuff never show up. They can go find another sharpener if they want. Good luck with that. I had to fix a bunch of shears yesterday from one of my good customers at a Sports Clips. She let some guy sharpen her shears. And at least she admitted it. She told me, she goes, I made a mistake. I let this guy sharpen my shears. And now they don't cut. And so she brought them to me. I had to fix them all yesterday. She'd called me one day last week in a panic. And I was like, sorry, I can't help you. I'm in Jamaica. I said, I'll get to you next week. And so she was off yesterday and brought all her shears. Took me several hours to fix them all. No, I didn't do that. You know, I didn't want anybody to know that I was not home. Even though I had people here, I had people staying here with the dogs. I had my nephew here. He's a big old boy. Nobody was going to come, and with the two dogs, nobody was going to come to the house. But, you know, I didn't want anybody to know that either. I let my good customers know. My steady ones. So I got a bunch of knives to knock out this morning, and then I got a bunch of shears and clipper blades to do also. I'm trying to get it all done. I got more people coming this afternoon to drop off, but I told them it wasn't going to be done today, and I'll probably have everything tomorrow afternoon. Next batch. Got a global here. Have a good one, Vinny. Well, 96 people watching. I hope y'all hit that thumbs up button. It does help our little business down here in Texas grow. Helps our website, helps our YouTube channel out. I do appreciate everybody watching out there. It is wonderful. Well, good morning, everybody out there. I hope you are all doing fantastic wherever you're at. Double check that. Okay. Oh, we're back. Not sure what was going on there. Oh, we're back. Not sure what was going on there. The screen froze up. Well, thank you, Jessica. Hey, Jeff. What's going on this morning in Connecticut? Hey, Jeff, I was going to ask you, do you own your shop building or do you rent it? It's still hot here today, man. I walked this morning at 5 a.m. and it was brutal. Oh, cool. I just wanted to know. I just wanted to know about your shop. It's about the size of my shop, my garage, I guess. I'm probably about 400 square feet. It's perfect. this is a problem. It depends on if I can get it in a clamp like this one. You saw that I had to really move the clamp back for this Dexter knife because it was grinding there. Sometimes I have to do them by hand. My hands are so shaky. It's hell getting old, man. But yes, sometimes I do freehand. I have a Tormek. I also have two Tukler 1x30s that I could use, and the Work Sharp. And pocket knives. You know, before I bought the Work Sharp, little tiny pocket knives were difficult, but I'll still just do them right here on the Platen sometimes. I'll get them done. Nobody's ever complained. Yeah, me too. I started off with the Tormek when I started the business 10 years ago. That's why I started. Then I would get so many knives in, the Tormek was just way too slow. It's a great machine. Everybody always wants to buy it. They'll come say, hey, you want to sell that? Nope. I even bought a dedicated toolbox for it to keep it from getting so dusty. And I've got it under one of my benches over here. I use it every once in a while. If I have to do a chisel or something like that, and I don't advertise chisels or planer blades or any of that stuff, but every once in a while I'll get a customer ask me to do one. If they ask me nicely, I will do them. Tormek is just too slow. Another little Dexter. Yeah, I turn stuff like that down for the most part. If it's a customer that I've done business with before, a good customer, I'll do the chisels. I don't do the chipper blades at all. I don't do any yard tools. Every day I get a call for a lawnmower blade. There's evidently nobody around here doing lawnmower blades, including Ace Hardware. Somebody could have a heck of a business just doing yard tools. I can't take any more things in. I'm at the point of being almost too busy with knives and shears and clipper blades. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'll do a lopper once in a while if it's for a good customer. I did some the week before I went on vacation for a lady that she always brings me knives, and so I'll do them for her. I don't like to, but if it's a new client, no. Nope, we're a throwaway society now, Colleen. Most people just throw their stuff away and get new. Believe it or not, here in this little town, I have a couple of little sewing shops that keep me really busy with doing sewing scissors. We have a couple little quilting shops near me. I have a quilting guild, two of them actually, two quilting guilds that I go sharpen for a couple of times a year. And I get a lot of mail-in scissor sharpening. I got a couple pairs of scissors from New Mexico last month. A lady lived out in some little small town ranching area in the center of New Mexico. She couldn't find anybody to sharpen her scissors for her. She found one of my YouTube videos, called me up. I said, mail them to me. She mailed them to me. I sharpened them and mailed them back within 48 hours. See, Jeff, here's one of these little tiny paring knives, Victorinox paring knives. These are a pain sometimes. Let's see if I can get it with the clamp. I like to do them about 18 degrees, and it may drag. I'm going to find out, and I may have to do them by hand. No, it's not dragging. the blades are so thin on these little paring knives. I'm more comfortable using the clamp. I'll freely admit it. I have rheumatoid and osteoarthritis, and so my hands have very little grip, and so the AMK is just a great machine for me. I've got lots of control with using the clamp and the platen instead of trying it freehand. I got a lot of platen to work with here, so I got 4 more knives to go, and I got caught up on knives, and then I got to switch over to do some shears and clipper blades. It is more consistent. See, look at that. That's a nice, beautiful edge on that knife. Here's one that's even smaller. Look at that. Let's see if I can get it in there. I may have to do this one by hand. I've done these knives before. In fact, this is one of my oldest clients. I think he's been close to 10 years. This guy's been with me. He's been very loyal. About once a year, he brings me a bunch of knives. Yeah, I think that's gonna work. I can't remember how I did it before. I assume I did it with the clamp last time. I can't remember what I had for dinner last night. Hey Jim, what's up with your truck, man? Did you get it back? Doc, what kind of scissors? Sewing scissors are $10 a pair when you mail them to me, plus return shipping. Hair scissors or hair shears are $20 a piece. Hair or grooming shears. You can contact me through my website right there, sharpenright.com. You can text me through the site, or my telephone number's on there. Just text me or email me. Well, Jeff, it sounds like it's working out for you. Well, hopefully it won't be anything too expensive, Jim. I had to take my wife's Tacoma into the shop this morning. Nice, Jeff. Yeah, this is. I always say I'm not retired. That I never retired. I quit. I quit my last job 5 years ago, 6 months ago, and decided to do this full time, and I've never looked back, and thank God I did. I spent 29 years as a financial advisor. I can't look at another computer screen again and worry about the market anymore. I still have people call me all the time. Hey, what's going on in the market? I said, I have no idea. I don't watch it anymore. I don't care what the market does. Here's another one. This thing is worn to death. But he likes it, so I keep sharpening it. I don't like the word retirement anymore. Because I'm not retired. $121 people watching. I hope y'all will hit that thumbs up button, help the algorithm out, help our little business down here in Texas out, please. Forever business, that's right. I'm going to do this until I can't stand, and then if I can sit and do it, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to work up until the day of my funeral. All right, this one I am going to do by hand. This is just too much. Look at that. And I seem to remember doing this by hand last time. Exactly. I knew too many guys that retired and didn't have a plan for what they were going to do in retirement, and they died. They got sick and died within 5 years. Or spent all their money and had to go back to work somewhere. Yes, sir. I've got a foot pedal. This is a Chinese sewing machine motor, and so this is the on and off switch. I wore out that switch within about a year of buying this machine, flipping it on and off. And I was shut down for probably about 2 weeks. I couldn't use this machine because I couldn't find this switch. And so when I finally got the replacement switch, I thought, you know what? I'm going to find a on and off pedal. And so Harbor Freight, I don't know if you have Harbor Freight where you're at or where you're at. In the United States, there's a store called Harbor Freight. It's cheap Chinese tools, and they have two different pedals. They have a click on, click off pedal, and then they have a press and hold. And I've got the press and hold. So if you just press it down, it spins. Lift my foot up, it goes off, and it works great. All right, got one more knife, and then I'm going to take a break, and then I'm going to do some pet grooming shears in a little while. You know, you can get the same stuff on Amazon. It's not like there's anything special at Harbor Freight. It's all cheap Chinese tools, but they all work. I did not build the machine. This machine, yes, you can buy online. That's right, you can buy online. I wonder if they ship overseas. I bet they will. This machine is what's called an AMK 75. It's from amktactical.com. Look it up, amktactical.com. They're in Tennessee. They make knife making equipment, and this is their smallest machine, and they don't make this machine anymore. They have an AMK 76 that uses different size belt. This one will only use a 1x30 belt. I saw it here on YouTube and I had to have it. And I've had it for about 7 years. And it's probably made me 10 times what I've paid for it. Probably more. I don't know how many knives I've sharpened over the last 7 years. Thank you very much there, sir. I think you're right. I think it will. I know it'll do a 2-inch belt, and I don't know the total length of the new one. Every once in a while I think about buying that AMK 76, but I'm like, you know, do I want to spend the money? I really don't have any place to keep any more pieces of equipment here in my shop. I need even more bench space, but I'm kind of run out of bench space. All right, that's the last knife of this batch. So I've got all my knives caught up. I got to clean them all now. Oh, sorry about that. So here's all the knives I've done this morning. Oh, I got a whole bunch more over here. I did these, forgot about these. Did all of these this morning. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, I forgot to do these two. Crap. All right, back to the machine. I got 2 pocket knives I forgot about. Y'all have to stay with me now. So that's about 30 something knives this morning. And then I had about 10 or so last night. I gotta clean that up. Doc, I'm in League City, Texas. League City's halfway between Houston and Galveston on the Texas Gulf Coast. And if I remember right, this Microtech is 18 degrees. It's got a big nick in it. All right, I got the nick out. All right, we aren't going to polish this one. We're going to strop it really good. All right, I gotta clean it. Hey, Ben. Thanks for popping in. All right, that's one done. All right, one more pocket knife and we're done. Little bench made. Let me clean it up a little bit. clean it up a little bit on the Scotch-Brite wheel. All right, this is the last knife. And I can see there's a little flat spot on it. Right there. Matthew, good to hear from you. Thanks for watching. You know, it's like, Matthew, that's a question like, which one is your favorite child? Which child is your favorite? I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say. Exactly. There's not a best way. There's a million different ways. Just like Jeff's saying there. I think if you want to sharpen your own knives and your own tools, I like the Work Sharp Ken Onion edition with the grinding attachment. It's $200, but man, that is a great little tool to sharpen a lot of stuff. That's my personal opinion. Jeff may have a different opinion. Jim may have a different opinion. All the other sharpeners, everybody's got their opinion. But I think if I was going to just sharpen my own knives and little tools around the house, I think the Work Sharp would be the one tool I would buy to sharpen a lot of stuff. Some people run that machine down, but I think it works really well. I carry it around in my truck with me all the time. And there's some really cool guided systems out there. The Tormek is a great machine. It sharpens a lot of things really well. And if you're a woodworker, you know, if you use a lot of chisels and things like that, the Tormek is the way to go. It's a great one. I still have my Tormek. I haven't used it in a while, but I have all the attachments. Everybody always wants to buy my Tormek, and I'm like, no way, I'm not ever selling that. I'm keeping that thing. And like you said, Ben, fantastic results. The only bad thing about it is slow. It's just not very good for a commercial sharpening business. But I use it once in a while if I have to do a chisel or something like that. It sharpens a lot of things really, really well. You can over sharpen a knife if you take too much material off. And here's a perfect example of a knife that's been over sharpened. This guy's had this knife for probably 40 or 50 years. It's been sharpened to death, but he likes it. So he likes to use this knife for certain things. So I keep sharpening it. All right, folks. Well, that's the last knife. I'm going to take a break, and then I've got to do some salon shears, or excuse me, some pet grooming shears. I appreciate everybody watching. I appreciate all the thumbs up. Hope you guys have a great day. I might turn the camera back on later when I do the pet grooming shears and the caliper blades. All right, guys.